Angasamida, Om Shanti, peace to you, peace to me. Hello, my name is Peter, and this video I'd like to talk about refusing to stay silent. Zip it up. Peter, shut up. You're going on about everything again. What's the matter with you? Refusing to stay silent. How many of you kept your mouth shut when you feel like it was the wrong time, the wrong place to actually talk about something? And there is discernment about speaking and talking and sharing information, of course. But to do that because you're fearful is not right. Oh, if I say that, they're all gonna think I'm crazy. They think I'm mad. Maybe I am. The fear factor of refusing, of staying silent, refusing to stay silent, is not a good thing. You get information constipation, too much information in your body, you can't get it out. And you hear a lot of people who are into the conspiracy networks and the truthers ranting and raving and ranting because they can't get the information out enough and telling everybody how bad they are. Sanctimonious fingers waving at you, blah, 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 you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Yeah, there's a lot of that about. there's a lot of that about. But how do you feel about that? So if you know something and you know it to be true and then you see it happening in front of you and you don't say anything, it's not the right thing to do. So really you should be stating your truth no matter what the circumstances are, always sticking to your integrity. Where's integrity gone in today's world? Oh, there it goes out the window. Like common sense, there it goes as well. Whoop, there it goes out the window. Crazy, isn't it? So you're building up your integrity. When I was a child, I was in the Boys Brigade, and the motto was sure and steadfast. So sure and steadfast. So you are true to your word. True to your word. Each time someone comes to you, it's the same stock answer unless you move. And then if someone asks you the same question a year later, said, well, yeah, I used to think that, but now I'm here. So state your truth. David Icke is a brilliant example of that. Is people, one of the ways they diss him is that he's changed his mind from one book he wrote 10 years ago to now. The guy's a researcher. He's a researcher. He researched that then. He came to that conclusion and shared it, and then he moves up 10 years later and then he does research with that and he's changed it. They go, whoa, he's true. They go, well, he must be telling lies now because he's changed his story. That's what happens with your research. You're forever evolving and moving forward, widening your scope of understanding, and then going, it's that moment, that enlightened moment. You go, oh my goodness, I didn't see that. Now I do. Now I've got a deeper understanding of that. And most people will have a problem with David Icke because of his reptilian thing. You know, the royal family being reptilian. They are a blue bloodline, and there is 3% of alien DNA on the planet. These are facts. These have all been on the mainstream media. There is a reptilian influence in our world. We have a reptilian brain, so we do have that predator stroke sort of vibration about us. There is a certain agreement across many societies about reptilians and how that they're influencing our world. And I think that's very, very interesting research, especially the research of Don Juan and how we're being fed from as predators, and we've been given the predator mind. If you look at human society today, my goodness, have we been given the predator mind? And when you speak up about it, they go, well, you must be weak. You're weak, really weak. What's the matter with you? No, not weak. It's just I'm looking at this and going, this is completely upside down and wrong. It's not weakness that I'm coming from. I'm not coming from a place of weakness. If you want to fight me, I'll get the biggest weapon that I possibly can and destroy everything. So is that strength? No, that's psychopathy. You see what I'm saying? So where do you draw the line? It's like they had the Queensberry rule with the fighting and stuff like that. It's so you can only punch in a certain way, or you can only use a certain way. You can't use your feet. So competition has a restriction on it. Whereas if you come from a place of love, it has no restriction on it. No restriction on it. If you come from a place of fear, they have to put rules around it to make it okay or acceptable behavior. And as we move in today's world, narcissism is becoming rife. I heard a DJ on the radio the other day talking about narcissism, and he said, well, I had to be a little bit narcissistic at that point. What? Oh, look at you, so wonderful. Oh my goodness me. And that's a DJ putting that on to the listeners, saying, well, it's okay to behave like that now and again. My goodness, how this is all sliding and slipping away from us. The integrity, the sure and steadfast way that humanity was attempting to become with these cultural Marxists and these meme creators, which they are, meme creators that are twisting our world, turning it upside down so that you can look at it and you go, all right, well, this is how we've got to be now, is it? This is how it is. It's really quite incredible to see it and see how many people have just rolled over to it, but other people now, which I find really, really encouraging, are standing up and saying, no more, this is crazy. You can't accept that. It's I was having a discussion today about the Tao and Confucianism, and how Confucianism has these hierarchies, and I'm not really agreeing with a lot of the Confucianism way of how it is, but the Tao, without the religion attached to it, I don't know how they attach the religion to a philosophy. Well, that's what they do. The Tao philosophy is wonderful, open, ever-changing, ever-expanding, ever-accepting, seeing the bad over there and the good over there, and it doesn't mean you have to go over to the bad and agree with it, but you see it and you move over to the good. So you have a choice in yourself how you move and how much you want to enlighten yourself to move away from the darker energies. I think that's incredible. But Confucianism I don't agree with. But, well, parts of it. But that's ingrained into our society today. Like competition, hierarchy. If you spend enough money, you can get up to the top. What happened to a moral growth? And they said they did have that in Confucianism, and they had it in the caste system. But again, all of these things get corrupted with money. But money is just a tool. It's not evil in itself. So how many people now are refusing to stay silent in this crazy world? How many people? I remember going to a meeting in Kingston to talk about the Terrorism Act, and then I had all these questions about 9/11 that I asked the MP, and I'll rattle them off. Not conspiracy theories, questions. What happened here? What happened here? Why haven't you looked into this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? And blank face coming back at me as if to say, where did he just, what spaceship did he just get off from? Because these were intelligent questions that need to be asked. I did that with another MP over in Shepperton. Asked many questions about 9/11. Because these questions need to be asked, and it needs to be investigated properly. Probably too late now, but it needed to be investigated properly, as the whole 9/11 report was a whitewash, and even about half of the people who were involved in the report said it was a whitewash. It just went over the facts, didn't really look into it properly, and therefore Osama bin Laden was the culprit, and that was it. So I refused to stay silent. I tell you what, I had a lot of problems with that. A lot of problems. I had my internet, where the internet at the junction where the internet comes into the house, that was interfered with and broken. The BT engineer came and knocked on my door when I tried to get it fixed. He said someone's physically gone in there and broken that. I had viruses coming down at my computer. My computer was getting banged out about every 6 months. So, and I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up, but I'm not anything special. But I actually went in and physically questioned these people on what was going on. I don't do that anymore because nobody else is doing it, but I'm still refusing to stay silent, because it's important that we get rid of this meme that we're born into with perpetual wars, perpetual disease, perpetual lack. It's really important for all of us now to stand up and go, well, hang on a minute, we've got a brain, take your brain back, get out there and create a better world. But you can't just have a few people doing that. It doesn't have to be that many, but more people need to get up and not stay silent. So I would say refuse to stay silent. Get up there, refuse to stay silent. Be the best version of yourself you possibly can be, and keep smiling. I know it's hard. It's hard enough being a human being, let alone with all this other stuff coming on at you. So be your best. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Sarang Hamida.